Gosh, this heat wave, it's killing me. Maybe because I'm wearing a hoodie, but man, I should be able to wear a hoodie in summer, right? God, all this adventuring and journeying has got me really hungry for some ice cream. Alright, let's dig into this bad boy.
Wait!
What?
That's my Pokemon!
This is your Pokemon.
Yes, that's my Pokemon!
This is not your Pokemon, dude. This is an ice cream cone. This is an ice cream cone, okay?
Yeah, that's my Vanilla Ice, my Pokemon, my ice cream Pokemon.
Vanilla Ice? Like, you're actually claiming this book. It has peanut sprinkled on it and chocolate around it. How do you explain that it's called Vanilla Ice? How do you explain that it's got all that on it?
It just evolved today.
Man, what kind of sick freak would, like, sell Pokemon like this?
Oh wait, never mind, I found it.
Oh, this isn't your Pokemon? Are you sure? I can eat it. You're sure I can eat this? I'm not eating a living thing right here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Alright, cool. You're 100% sure, man, because, I don't want to bite into any Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wait a second. No!
Oh boy, it's a Pokemon! Pokemon is a pretty big series about catching fictional creatures of all shapes and sizes, colors, mass, and everything in between. Except people only seem to care about specific Pokemon. This game has made Game Freak and Nintendo millions, therefore sequels were in order, and they're all good in their own way, and Black and White are no exception to that statement. You see, I had a lot of nostalgia with Black and White. I really enjoyed it. I had a blast playing it. I have a lot of memories with it. But then I replayed it, and it wasn't good in certain areas, and it was better in other areas. So I have a non-biased review of Black and White for you all here today. Man, Game Freak, tackling the aspect of the idea of kids catching lethal, ginormous monsters that could kill them in one fell swoop, and, making people choose between Black and White. But, of course, most people should have bought Black and White. Otherwise, you'd show up to your friend's house and they'd be like, what kind did you get? You'd be like, white, or you'd be like, black, and then you'd be a racist. But none of you did that, right? Right? God, you're all sick fuck. Alright, so by now you all should know the basic laws of a Pokemon game story. Kid moves into town, or already lives in town, no dad around, goes to the professor's, grabs a Pokeball, chooses a starter, fights his rival, and then goes off to become the champion and fight some terrorist group of some kind. And, that's been pretty rinsed and repeated for the past few Pokemon games, up until now. And everything's still the same except for the terrorist group itself. Usually the motives are to take over the world, or to destroy the world, or something like that. These people, they want to liberate Pokemon from people. And their leader is a mysterious man known as N. And what I love about this game is you just want to know everything about him. You want to know his backstory. You want to know who the heck he is, and, you start agreeing with them almost. And then, it's a really good story, honestly, guys. Like, I can't believe Game Freak was able to do it. I commemorate you, Game Freak. Thank you for this amazing story. You guys did so great in this game, story-wise. And basically, you are fighting against a group that's like, yo, we're PETA actually taking action here. PETA, don't sue me. And they're sitting there, they're like, yo, you guys are terrorizing these Pokemon. They don't want to be with you, but they act happy because they have to. We are going to free them, and we're going to make them happy and make the world peaceful. And you're like, yeah! And then, you meet this guy, you meet the actual leader, Gestis, and you're like, he's kind of shady, and you're like, something else is going on here. And, well, while I won't spoil, And here are where my biggest gripes sink in a bit. You see, for me, Pokemon has always been about the Pokemon themselves, the design, the story, how they look, how cool they are, how they're related to mythological lore, and how some are just completely made up and look amazing, and how unique they are, and about catching them all, and the enthusiasm of seeing every design, so that way you want to catch them all. And because, like I said before, this game focuses a lot on story, I feel like the developers just didn't really focus on the designs of Pokemon at all. I mean, for God's sake, we had an ice cream Pokemon that evolved into a bigger ice cream Pokemon that evolved into 2 ice cream Pokemons. Do we really need that? But, I mean, the Pokemon designs really suck, honestly. I mean, there are a few, I will give this game, that there are a few that I think are really cool. But, I mean, most of them I really just did not like. I love the starter Pokemon. Yeah, I thought they were all really cool. I love a few of the early Pokemon, but I feel like 3/4 of this game, they're just like half-baked, you know? But, you know, other than the Pokemon themselves, the gameplay is rinse and repeat, you know? Rock, paper, scissors battle, element beats other element, this element's weak to that element, paralyze your foes and then attack them, you know, that kind of signature Pokemon gameplay. And there are a few new things, but most of them had to do with wireless, which got shut down, so at this point in time, there's no point in talking about any of those features. But yeah, anyways, the gameplay is pretty much the same exact thing. There are a few new things, but nothing too big. I'm sorry. What year did this come out? What year did this come out? 2011, when another Nintendo system was coming out, but this was on the past version of it, and oh my god. This is one thing I never understood when I got this game, is why wasn't it on the 3DS, a console that I had already, a system that I already owned, and I had paid money for. Why wasn't a Pokemon game that I've been looking forward to for a long time, a new Pokemon game in 3D graphics? Why was that not existent? I'm sure I would have been fine waiting another year, or maybe even another year after that, for a 3D Pokemon game. But, I mean, oh my god, they had to spend their focus on a DS Pokemon game instead of releasing it on 3DS, and because of this, the graphics suffer so much. This is another pixel-based Pokemon game, you know, same thing that happened on GB, and same thing that happened on GBA, same thing that happened on GB again, same thing that happened on DS, and same thing that happened on DS yet again. And it got worse when the sequel came out instead of Pokemon X and Y, but that's for another review. But, man, I wish this game had been delayed and come out on 3DS, because I think that would have helped this game so much. I feel like the story would have been helped so much by the epic graphics. And, I don't know, the graphics, they have like this semi-3D realistic. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, because I just played Diamond. And the buildings were like protruding and stuff. It was really cool until you realize this is 2011, not like 1998, you know? Like, I'm disappointed with the graphics, honestly. I wish that they were better, or I wish that, I have no idea, guys. I might be too demanding, but I don't know, I wish the graphics were better. And the music is kind of forgettable. I did love the gym battle theme, but, you know, in the end, the music is kind of forgettable. Nothing too good. Nothing's bad. The music's actually pretty good. Just nothing memorable, so. In the end, Pokemon Black and White are good attempts at what was ultimately a failure. And that's not bad. It was just this close to being a success, I feel like. While I love how the Pokemon team actually tried to switch gears from their normal thing to a story that had twists and turns, but I feel like the issue with this is that in the end, they just stuck too much to the Pokemon formula. Now, I don't mean gameplay-wise, because that's what a Pokemon game is, but I mean story-wise. You know, it's the same thing. It's a terrorist group, and more stuff that happens. Spoiler, I won't get into spoilers, but that stuff, it's all the basic Pokemon formula of the story with a little padding on top. I didn't like that. I felt like the story should have reached out more and been more epic and tried harder to be its own story. I mean, in the end, it's a good experience. It's fun. You'll have fun, but I won't be replaying it anytime soon. Pokemon Black and White gets a 7 out of 10. What's your guys' opinion on this game? Do you love it or do you hate it? I'm excited to see what you guys have to say. Comment it down below. Don't forget to like this video, and what do you want me to review next? Let me know down below. See y'all later. Have a great day. Goodbye.